but the stream wouldn't come up. But if I go through the notification, I'm in.
There we go. Okay. That was really weird. I think there was like a brief second of it doing like the other wrong screen or something there. Hang on. Let's hit this. Do we have sound?
Yeah, you got sound.
Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today we got a couple bracelets to work on. So that's a thing. Hang on, and I am joined. Why is my keyboard not responding? There we go. I am joined by my lovely wife, Mandy. She's there, and yeah. Before we go any further, I want to remind everybody we have the secret word game where all you have to do is chat and you stand a chance to win these two bracelets. One was made by me and one was made by Minute Craft. That is so weird. Like periodically my keyboard just stops working, which I use a keyboard to toggle between these scenes, so that's kind of weird. The first one we are going to work on, hang on, let's go tutorials. Sorry. So this is my website. We're in tutorials, and the one we're working on is this. It's the My Take on 62560, and such weird ads. Okay, so this is the pattern I took the inspiration from, and down here is the pattern I'm actually going to work on today, so it should be fun. And cool, we have Rainbow with us. We've got my friend Phil. What is going on? Yeah, we have a new camera. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while now. I just got some income from some bracelets, and so I reinvested it into this stuff. So we now have a new camera pointed at the desk, and yeah, I kind of digging it. It's my biggest peeve with the old camera was as my hands moved around the desk, the focus would change and it would zoom in and zoom out. And this one is 100% manual focus, so that doesn't happen. Like I have to actually physically like take a set screw, loosen it, and then like move the lens around to actually generate like the right kind of focus and stuff. So yeah. It's pretty cool. So yeah, these colors are really, some of them are really close together. This is not one of the easier combinations to actually work with here. So anybody who isn't familiar with embroidery, frogging is taking out stitches, or in my case for knots it would be undoing the knots. So yeah, poor Rainbow having to undo work, which is never ever a good thing. It's the kind of setbacks that can make a hobby very difficult. I think it was just that the original had been in green, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And then I'm like, oh, I've got this cool neon-y kind of green, I could mess with that, and this would make it really cool. So, it looks like it's just all in green, but then when you hit it with the UV light, it like certain parts of it would light up. I don't know. Like sometimes when I'm pulling string, I'm like, ooh, I like this, and I like this, and I like that'll be fun until I like put it actually onto the board, and I'm like, oh, these are all very, very close to each other. Perhaps a little too close. But this is not my kind of normal pattern, and I already know going into this that I am not exactly going to love it. Like it's just so much harder than some of the stuff that I normally work with. But I think that's kind of something that like doing these daily videos is kind of doing, is getting me out of my normal comfort zone and getting me to try some new patterns and giving me some insight to designs and the actual techniques that I can, maybe perhaps share some wisdom with everybody else just because I'm trying something different. We'll see. Yeah, people who ask for patterns for a color, those so I have a friend who actually, these colors, I could totally see him snapping this up in a heartbeat, because these are like his things. He did a couple of, well, I know he's for a fact he's done one book. I know he was planning on working on a second book. If you look up World on Board, he is a Singaporean school teacher who decided to skateboard from Canada all the way through America, all the way through Mexico, and then from there pretty much all the way down to the most southern point of South America. And the first book covers his North American ride, and the second book is meant to cover the South American one. So yeah, it's cool stuff. But these are totally his colors.
Oh, that guy's from Singapore?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
Yeah, his ride not only was, epic and outrageous, but he said he'd never seen the kind of poverty that he's seen in America anywhere else. People living under bridges and the complete, destitute, whatever. And he was in countries like Mexico and just all those, all the way through South America along the coast. And he said that he couldn't believe, like, America, that's pretty much advertises this greatest nation, had some of the people living in the absolute worst of conditions. And I was just like, yeah, I hear you. It's a thing. I remember in Detroit, underneath one of the viaducts off of the freeway, there was, right after 9/11, there was a homeless dude living underneath the bridge up there, and he had a like plastic bag material of the American flag like outside his little shelter thing that he built. I was just like, that's the most American thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, homeless dude being like, yeah, America, woohoo. Like, it's just,
That's called brainwashing.
oh man, it is so dark, and it is so, yeah.
That's
And I'm sure even from his homeless whatever, he's still thinking America's number one. It's just like, dude, Oh man, yeah, other
See,
countries care, you
that used to
know?
confuse me so much because a lot of people it's like the dream is to go to America. I'm like, do you know how horrible it is here?
Yeah,
Like, why are you trying to come here? We're
yeah,
trying to
well,
get out.
yeah. No, I don't think they understand, and there's still so many people who think that America is great, and it's like, but they see the movies and stuff, right? And they see
Hell
basically, I compare
no.
it to Facebook, right? If if you look at Facebook or the Instagram or whatever, you know, you're only going to see the best of. Like nobody shares their crappy reheated leftover meal. They just show when they went to a nice restaurant. They just show when something good is going on. That's
That's more Instagram than Facebook. Some people
yeah,
on Facebook do. They are proud of their leftovers.
right.
They're a little
But
older
yeah,
than
so
the rest
yeah,
of you.
there's a the side that people see of America is that really, you know, the good side, the side where somebody
Hmm.
like Elon Musk comes over there and ends up making, you know, millions and billions of fucking dollars.
Said anyone who wants to know what America is like, and you're trusting movies, none of them would do you justice unless you want to watch the 2006 movie Idiocracy. We are on our way there. If you really think want to find out what America is like, that will tell you our future, and we're coming up on it fast.
What was that one movie? Was it called Colors? That's another one that you could get a little taste of what LA is like. Was it called Colors?
Uh,
The
well, yeah, that was mostly for gangs, though.
Yeah, well, that's still prevalent. That's still a thing. Cops, like, you know, can't do anything about what's actually going on. They can't stop the crimes, but they just kind of try to. I don't know what the hell they're doing. it's it's sort of half-heartedly trying to fix things. Yeah, that's pretty much America.
You know what the funny part is? The mayor of LA is actually doing more for the homeless issue than anybody else
Right.
because they're actually using their empty hotels and forcing them to let homeless people stay in those empty rooms to get them off the street.
Yeah.
They want to do that
There's
here in Vegas.
there's a guy on Instagram that I followed because he has funny things about, what happens between a man and his wife, and just some of his commentary is pretty funny. But his stance on the fact that, everybody needs to work hard, and that, taking money from somebody just because they have it to try to solve problems for people who whatever, like, that's so wrong. And I'm like, so basically anybody who is downtrodden because they weren't making enough money, and fell ill or whatever, like, well, screw them, they got sick, that's on them. That kind of attitude really, really bothers me. Like, I honestly think there should be the social safety nets that help make it so that way people, if you fall into destitute, you're going to be homeless, you're going to be whatever, that you still can maybe get some meals, and maybe you can get a roof over your head. Maybe you have a way of holding on to the last few things that you still actually own, so that way maybe it'll be easier for you to get a job later on, that kind of stuff, as opposed to relying on churches and stuff to do it. Like, I just don't get this idea that people need to all fend for themselves, and especially when you have like veterans and stuff, and people who come back, missing a leg, can't find work. It's not their fault. They signed up to try to better their lives and end up wrecked. I don't know. It's just
They
things.
didn't sign up to better their lives. They were brainwashed into patriotism and serve your country, and the country screwed them over afterwards.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I'm yeah, I gotta say, I don't miss America at all. Like, I just don't. But whatever. over here, there's all kinds of programs. I met a guy who was driving a taxi. He's paying $15 a month for the roof over his head. Complains that it's so small. I'm like, dude, you're paying $15.
Now,
I'm
is that in Singapore's currency or
Yeah,
USD?
Singapore currency.
$15. Dude, I pay over 400 USD for a storage unit.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, needless to say, like I lacked empathy for this dude. Like seriously, you're you're telling the wrong dude, because yeah, honestly, that's no. No, I do not feel bad for you. Okay, guys, you got a drink. I'm having to take out a couple knots. I suddenly realized like this dark green doesn't go that direction. It was supposed to go out and not back in.
Oh, time for everybody to throw in the theme song.
Yeah, yeah.
LAMFAO. Shots.
Shot,
Take
shot,
a
shot, 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 shot. All right.
Okay, and fun fact for everyone who didn't know, don't forget to join AKA Wall's Discord, which is you can join him on streams. As you can see, I am here, all mixing up into the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to that and join his Patreon.
My Patreon. That's how we got.
To the insiders.
That's how you get some special knowledge about what's going on. You get, yeah, Patreon. Well, Patreon is how you get into this Discord. During the week, I may actually join the regular Discord where you don't have to be a member. But the special one for like the after party, like which Phil is talking from, yeah, that one is for Patreon subscribers. And you can definitely check out akaawol.com. We've got shops over there. We've got tutorials. We've got all kinds of good stuff. So, and
so in the chat.
In the shop, yep. Yeah, and I bet basically have been, this is no lie, basically here lately I have been working hard to add even more stuff into the store than ever before. Like I've had Mandy working so hard to put all this stuff together for me, and bless her, she has. And yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on over there. Oh, and we have a 15% off sale going on right now for the month of June. I think that's kind of cool. I know that the banner says like terms and conditions. Basically, if it's already on sale, you don't get to take another 15% off. Though you get the actual sale price. But if it's not on sale, say like the big bags and that kind of stuff, you can get 15% off, which is really a heck of a deal, honestly. And like those bags, honestly, I probably valued the actual what they should be worth, because basically those bags can take easily well over a month to make. So for a few $100s for a month's worth of work, you guys are getting a steal as it is. So yeah, you might want to check that out. And there's big bags, there's small bags, so you know, depending on your income, we probably have something perfect for you. And it helps the channel, it really does. Like this new camera thing, that came from having a few extra dollars around. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure I'm liking this lighting on it. I kind of wish I could diffuse it a bit. Is that better? It doesn't. I have a hard time. This monitor sort of whitewashes everything as it is, so I can't tell if it's as bad as it seems. All right. Yeah, this pattern gets really kind of complex for whatever it does. I'm like actually having to keep track. Like a lot of patterns I can do right from my head. I don't have to look at anything or whatever. This pattern I definitely have to look. I heard a kaping. Does that mean Phil left or somebody joined? Oh no, it's a rainbow.
Hey, Rainbow is here.
Rainbow joined the party.
Hello. Yeah, I was planning to stay on mute, but my internet started crashing. Can you hear me all right?
Yep. Loud and clear.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stay up a little bit late. I just kind of would have been preferring on YouTube, playing the videos so it counts as watch time. I'll just look the chat from time to time.
So one of the things, like on a pattern like this, each and every knot, you kind of want to look and see that, like the knot I just did, I could see on the pattern that it was supposed to go over the lighter color of the yellow, and then this one goes over the the yellowy green, and then this goes over the next shade up, and then it comes back. Like as I go along each and every knot, I'm looking to see that it's actually the right color that's coming in contact, that's doing whatever it's supposed to do. And it really helps to prevent from getting very far if you make a mistake. Like you don't want to have, you know, a whole bunch of rows already all accomplished when you suddenly like, wait, why can't this color join where it's supposed to? And that you have to undo a lot, because nobody wants that kind of stuff. It's no fun. And that's how I'm avoiding it, is by just every single knot, like, is this color supposed to go over this color? Yes, okay. And then I carry on. Yeah, so it's heading into summertime back in Michigan, and it kind of has me thinking that I really kind of miss the old free concerts I used to have down at Hart Plaza. Used to go down there for a lot of those, and I would hang out down there with a clipboard and string, and basically I'd carry like a duffel bag with a bunch of stuff for making bracelets, and I would go down there, and people would get curious, like, oh, what are you doing? What are you making? You know, show them what it is, and yeah, I sold a lot of bracelets that way. The only festival I didn't go to.
Concerts are still happening.
Yeah, I'm sure. The only one I wouldn't go to is the Hoedown. I wouldn't take my stuff to it. Just too many people getting drunk, and the biggest thing to do is whoever's got the biggest stack of cups, stay away from that dude, because he's messed up and he's gonna start a fight. Because it's just the way it goes, man.
I
Yeah.
said, shoot, that's the guy to screw with.
No,
His
no.
equilibrium's off, and he is not right.
No, no, he ain't right. He ain't
Exactly.
right, and
That
he is ready for a fight. The dude is like
I'm like, dude, he's hammered. His equilibrium's off. I,
trip him,
he's
send him down
not
the
gonna be able to
stairs.
run.
Yeah,
He's not gonna be able to run. So
yeah.
like, get his guy a couple shots. It just tire him out. Run him in circles. He's too drunk and he's not gonna be in shape. If he's drinking that heavily, he's not gonna be in
But
shape. I'll run him in circles.
I have seen some amazing groups down there. Like I have seen jazz groups, you know, like Dr. John. I've seen. I saw Funkadelic down there. Like that was probably like one of my all-time favorites. Like holy shit. I saw Cheap Trick.
I see cheap tricks everywhere.
Yeah, that was Cheap Trick. Actually had like one of the largest crowds down there. It was amazing.
They do everywhere.
Yeah, or did. I don't know that they still do touring. But yeah, good times. All right. Yeah, this is complicated for sure. Okay. I saw the yellow was supposed to make an X here. I'm like, well, wait, the yellow's coming in. Oh, I see. It zigzags over there. Got it. So I kind of like how the darker greens kind of work themselves in for at least part of the pattern. That's nice. So yeah, probably by sometime tomorrow, this bracelet will actually be in the shop as well. And like all of the bracelets here in the recent live streams and videos, it will be on sale. So if you kind of thought tonight was sort of fun and you're enjoying the whole vibe, you can actually have a souvenir. So that's cool. There is the first half of the little X in it. The pattern itself, like when I did the... Sorry? Somehow Rainbow's mic is getting kind of garbly.
Is it? I'm
You sound
sorry.
good. You sound
It's
good
okay.
now.
That's why I left earlier and joined again because I could hear you guys all distorted. So normally if I leave and come back, it kind of fixes that.
Right.
I was just asking if you've talked to my mute recently.
I only caught
Something
bits
about
of it.
minute. Yeah, something about minute.
Oh, my Newtcraft. Why is she not here? I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. I don't know. She too is one of the our insiders, so she could have joined in and whatever with us, but I don't know where she is. That's a good question. You don't
I'll be
know.
out.
Yeah, well, it's the June holidays thing. We just had a Friday was a holiday for Buddha's birthday, so 3-day weekend. It's possible she's off. Something like our borders said there was something like 250,000 people left the country this weekend. So yeah.
No, left the country to Malaysia.
Oh,
There's a ton of people who flew.
right. Okay, even more. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people taking advantage of the holiday season, and the kids are out of school and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Kind of not gonna lie, man. I could go for a trip to like Genting or Cameron. Over here, the some of the best getaways are up a mountain because we're like so close to the equator. It's always really really hot. But if you get up a mountain pretty high, the temperatures drop like a lot, and it's nice and cool. And yeah, I kind of really miss that sort of stuff. And mind you, it's not like a huge drop. It's just like temperatures in the 20s versus the 30s. So, but that's enough of a change to make it something nice. Yeah, so through this section we have a bit more contrast, which is nice. That top area was really kind of too bright. But I have a flashlight. I can show you guys what happens with the UV light. Come on. So on a pattern like this, where there's a lot of zigzagging back and forth, you really have to make sure that your consistency is in there, because a bracelet like this could really spiral out of control very quickly. You may notice, like, sometimes I kind of stop for a second to make sure that I have that string in there really good and firm, trying to make sure that it kind of holds the right shape. Yeah, so I'm wondering where a lot of our other people are. I know that it should be like, relatively early in the US, but like, I don't know. Our usual US people haven't shown up yet. Well, except for Phil.
Yeah, showing too.
I'm gonna say yeah, because it's the earliest for me. Everybody else, they've already got their day started already, so they should be in here.
All right, let's see. So this is right there. Okay.
Shit, the only reason I was up because I forgot to stream it last night.
So what game were you playing on your stream?
Actually, I didn't forget. I fell asleep. No, Watch Dogs Legion. We're out here trying to make London safer.
Nice.
Because apparently London has issues.
I have a couple games on my computer. Every once in a while, when they have the freebies or whatever, I'll grab up something, and I can't even tell you what the titles are because I have no idea. I don't remember. Um, but I've just been so busy with the videos and working and whatever. I haven't I haven't played a game in quite a while. I've got one that's some kind of wolf running around, jumping over things, and I don't know, exploring and stuff. I don't know. Looks pretty neat. I have no idea what the gist is. I haven't started playing it yet.
Oh, you get them in the Epic store?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to open that damn thing.
When I start up my computer, it like pops up a message like if there's free stuff going on. It's like it's right there in my face. So like, oh okay, I'll go see then, I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't let any of that crap boot.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't, but like everyone, like I got the oh, what's the one where you jab yourself and then you suddenly have like whatever crazy powers? Um, at the end, you have to get into like the suit and try to beat the guy who's most jacked up on powers. Oh, what the heck is that one called? I played that game to the end. Um,
Said that sounds like a
Shock,
drug
something
addict's
shock,
fever dream.
something shock, Bioshock. Bioshock.
That's supposedly a really good franchise, story wise.
And all of the whole series was free, and I was like, all right, I went I went to YouTube and like, okay, what is this game? And they're like, oh, this beloved game and da 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 da. And, here's a little preview of the gameplay and stuff. And I'm like, all right. And all three versions of the game or whatever are like all available free. I'm like, all right,
Oh,
I'll take that.
oh shoot, I missed it. That's supposed to be a really great franchise.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, and apparently, like depending on how you decide to play it, will change out the endings for you. So, you know, it's depending on your actions directly affect the storyline, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I dig stuff like that.
It makes you want to be able to go back and play it just to see how the other ending would look.
Replay value.
Yeah. Not bad. I think we're gonna be coming up to the middle of this soon. Not 100% on that, but I think we're not far from it. Yeah, there was another game I got for free where you're a little, like a little person in the middle of like what looks like a sandbox, and you basically have to just solve all these puzzles to try to find out why the water supply got cut off. It's like Supland or something. I forget what it was called, but that was pretty fun. That was another one of those freebies where it was just like, heck yeah. Mind you, there were like, after you basically completed it, there was some like special advanced things that you could do to for whatever extra bonus material, which for the life of me I could not do. Like, whoever can game that hardcore, like, kudos to you, but I gave up. Like, no ending was worth going through the painstaking hours of trying to solve this thing.
Well, butter my biscuits. I do have the entire franchise of Bioshock.
Right on.
Oh snap! I got Borderlands 3. I got games I don't even know I have. Library's too big. Between Steam and Epic,
Yeah, for sure.
and then in other places, you know, sometimes you just got to put on your pirate hat,
Right.
get and drink some Captain Morgan, get a little captain in you.
I kind of feel like some of the really truly old games should just be free. I know that at
So
some
that's
point,
Nintendo Japan.
right? But I know that at some point in my life, I went and got a bunch of games that I used to play back on the first PlayStation, and I got an emulator
Used
and
to. I
was
still do.
and still and I played the heck I like motocross, the one with like it's like little jet bikes that sort of hover above the ground, like that
No,
one.
Jet Moto.
Is it Jet Moto? That was it, Jet Moto.
That's my game to this day. I still have Jet Moto 2.
Yeah, Jet Moto was the bomb. That was good stuff.
I might have to
Killer
stream
Loop.
that.
Do you have Killer Loop? That was another great one.
Never heard of that one.
Killer Loop was like a tripod racing game, but instead of having wheels, they're more like marbles, like round and whatever. And you collect things as you go along. You build up this energy, so you have like magnetic energy because
Oh
they're
no, Mag Force Racing. That's what Killer Loop is. It had different names in different countries, I guess.
okay.
Because I just looked up Killer Loop in Wikipedia, and it was also called the Mag Force Racing on Dreamcast. Because I had Dreamcast, and I think I had that game.
Yeah, I had it on the PlayStation, and I played the hell out of that game. I loved that game. And that's the kind of game, seriously, they like took racing seriously. Like, if you play Need for Speed and you have a bad start, but then you start to like, you do what you're supposed to do, you can catch up. Not on Killer Loop. If you messed up and fell a second behind at the beginning, you weren't catching those boys. You were done. You know, every moment had to be your A game if you had any hopes of keeping up and beating the computer. It was serious, like, every time. And yeah, learning how to shave a few seconds here and there, and how to throw curveballs and lay mines and stuff for the other guys to hit. Oh yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, and I'm debating on whether or not do I really want to go digging in my storage unit and pull out both my Dreamcasts.
It's sadly though that was not an era of where you could use the internet to like link up a couple people because yeah, that'd be kind of dope. Be able to play with
On the
friends.
Dreamcast, you could. The only
Yeah.
problem is it was dial-up internet at the time,
Right,
so
right.
you had to
Not great.
dial up, and we would jump in IRCs.
Right. Man, that's giving away some age right there.
Well, to the fact, first off, Dreamcast should have gave away some age
Yeah,
right
right,
there.
right, for sure.
PlayStation 1, or correction, PlayStation X should have gave away some age.
Yeah. And yeah, I didn't even have the PlayStation when it came out new. I got it when it was like it was easy to pick them up cheap secondhand. So yeah,
They still are.
yeah, I
I'm
bet.
thinking about going to go getting another one. So I sold mine to a coworker at Farmer Jack so he can give it to his kid for Christmas. I sold him everything except my games. I kept my games. So I could always put them in my computer and just use them on an emulator.
Right.
Which 100% legal because I'm not using ROMs. I'm using the actual disc.
Yep.
And I've been playing it that way ever since.
I thought those black discs though didn't play on computers. You have to have something special to make that work.
No. You got to remember, this was a CD-ROM's infancy. Those discs ran on absolutely everything. You could put them in CD disc players, music players, put them in your computer, copy the files just straight on. They
Wow.
didn't get good with their encryptions and their securities until about Dreamcast, PS2 area.
All right.
That's when they started locking them down.
Right.
But PSX, I could copy those things all day long and just give them away.
And that's why they started locking it down.
Well, I didn't because where's my money at?
Right.
Like I paid for it.
Right, right.
It's like so shoot, why do you think I have such a huge stack of Dreamcast games? Newer booster in high school, they would go to work at like Blockbuster Video and just steal everything. See
What-
them next day, hey man, $20 a pop. I'm like, I got a job. Here you go. You be
Right.
buying stacks of games at once.
Was Dreamcast the one where you could play a game while you're waiting for your game to load? Like in the remote, like there was like a little mini games or some shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the VMUs, the memory. Some of the if you paid extra money instead of getting a regular memory card, which I didn't even know existed, you can get these virtual memory cards that had a screen on there, and you could download games onto it. And I take it out of your controller, put a little cover on it, and you got like a little portable, little handheld gaming thing. You can sit there and play games on it portably. I used to take it with me everywhere. Go to school playing the games. Then you get home, you plug it in your controller, and it's a memory card. It's like that's pretty cool.
That was
Sega
pretty
did a
cool.
good job on that last console. The world just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. I had the Sega Saturn, and I only had a handful of games for it. But man, I had a lot of good times with that. A lot of hours coming home from work just playing, either the fighting game or I really enjoyed what was Myst, the one where you basically have to solve all these puzzles and it's like a really crazy weird storyline. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on that.
Wasn't that on PC?
Yep. Yeah, the first one was stupid hard, and then they made a second one, and I started to play it, and it was nowhere near as intuitive as the first one, and it felt like they just really tried to make it like so obnoxiously hard. I forget it, man. I barely made it through the first one. Like,
Came out September 24th, 1993.
Yep.
for Mac OS. Back when you could actually game on Apple.
Yep. Yep.
Windows 3.1, March 1994. This has been released so many times.
Yeah. It had like a cult-like following. It was absolutely ridiculous.
But they
Hey,
released
my
it
newt
on
made it.
absolutely everything.
Hello. Yes, you are tardy. Tardy to the
welcome
party.
Minute. We were just looking for you earlier. Minute just had to be fashionably late.
I'm like looking around like, wait, do I have a clock around here? I have no idea what time it is. It's
You've been at it
almost
for about
11.
53 minutes.
Yeah.
She's tardy for this book. Better be amazing.
Engrossed in a book. I would imagine, considering your work, I would have thought books would be like the last thing you'd want to do. Like reading all day and then come home to a book? That doesn't sound fun.
Sounds like someone with big brain energy.
Yeah. They got them wrinkly brains. I'm over here with this smooth brain. Like, not understanding how people could enjoy books so much.
So, well, how else are you supposed to skip it across the water if it's not smooth?
I know, right? So this kind of aqua-y green keeps just doing single knots off to the side, which honestly, I don't know why people enjoy these kind of patterns. I mean, it looks okay, but it's just so much harder. Yeah, but when you're reading your books, Minute, how many times are you running into like typos and errors and grammatical stuff, and you're wanting to like complain to the author, like, you know, there's a mistake? Because I watched my wife, and I know like certain publications she wouldn't read anymore because they made mistakes, and we're talking like Reader's Digest and stuff. Again, my smooth brain doesn't notice those things until I'm told, like, read it again. Like, what? I don't see the... Oh.
To be fair, with leet speak being a thing in late 90s, early 2000s, our brains are trained to go over errors
Right.
and read it normally.
Right. Well, that and the fact that my spelling is so bad because my education was shit, that, you know, if it looks close enough, it sounds right in my head, I'm just keep going. Sure.
Oh, worse if you're dyslexic. It's just going to be smooth to you anyway.
Right. I'm not necessarily dyslexic, but I do have a lot of times where I put the numbers in backwards or something, like a dyslexic person might. So there might be a little bit of cross wiring in there somewhere, but it's not as bad as some people for sure. So this right here was the middle of this bracelet. I'm kind of thinking that I can set this aside and finish this tomorrow, and we can start on the other bracelet I wanted to do tonight. Because as fun as this is, I kind of want to do the other pattern too. So there's what it looks like so far. Yeah, if I come in closer, it goes out of focus. So yeah, can't do that. But yeah,
This the one
so
you
far.
got to use the black light on.
Oh yeah, I should show that, right? Hang on.
Trying to escape from without showing us the black light.
I know,
or the UV light.
Smooth brain. It's that smooth brain again. Hang on, let's see if I can shift that away. Yeah, see how that one green just really lights up. That's so weird. Can I?
All right, we're going to EDC.
You need to turn your other lamp up, mate.
All right, bring the light back and I take this. So this is from earlier in the week, and I already forgotten what the color sequence was supposed to be for it. Hang on, let me pull up my website so I can get the pattern. All right. So this has a lot more string to it. So we're starting out the brownish color, and then this dark reddish color. You can see I'm just basically taking the string and wrapping it around all of the other ones, so that way when it starts out really nice and neat and clean. We got an orange, we got a sort of turquoise, and then a whole bunch of this sort of beige color. So there's 8 strings in all. They're all doubled up, so that way it's nice and thick and chunky. Heck, not only does there are typos in the Straits Times, there's grammatical errors in their headlines occasionally. So yeah, our national newspaper can't seem to even do headlines.
Replace them with AI.
I have to admit, I've been playing with the AI a little bit here lately, and was asking it some questions about, you know, advanced bracelet making and stuff, and pretty much ChatGPT T seems to think I'm a pretty awesome bracelet designer with long experience and stuff.
Well,
It
yeah,
was,
you've been doing it
it
for
was, it was,
decades.
it was pretty flattering to at least be known by the robot.
The bots are botting better than we're braining.
Yeah, sometimes.
Shoot, AI is making my my thumbnails for my streams and for a couple of videos.
Should I could just install like a bow in my kit instead of that lost brain cell.
For some reason, I can't quite make out what you're saying. Your speech thing is just comes through all broken up, and I struggle as it is. So yeah,
I don't know how to fix that. I'm just gonna
the
go on mute.
Which is funny because it comes in clear during the after party.
I know, right? I think she's just trying to have YouTube and Discord all open at the same time. Might be too much for her computer. Plus, if she's stitching,
Why I use several.
yes. Not everybody has the multitude of computers, though. Yeah. Oh, that's right. She's in England, where internet is not exactly the prime stuff that other locations get. I'm sorry, Rainbow. I feel bad. But there is the after party, so oh, I should hit some buttons around here. Wait, is
Ball
it this
wants to take
button?
over the world. Goodbye.
Oh,
Now,
tomorrow's
if any,
patron hangout.
Tomorrow is Patreon Hangout. We are in a new month. That is true. We will be. The Patreon Hangout is over on Discord. You get, when you sign up for Patreon, all you gotta do is join our Discord server. Let me know which one is you, and then I can change the rights so that way you can join in and we will hang out. That's always fun. Sometimes I might be making stuff, other times not so much. There's no set rules. So this pattern is considerably easier. This is for a long duration. I will not have to look at the pattern at all, and then it'll get a little bit, you know, a little bit of having to look, glance at least, and then goes back to super easy. It's like, so this whole first part is nothing but chevrons until it goes all the way through all the colors. Yeah, I like these colors. I have to say, I didn't do bad on these.
There's something kind of retro about it.
Right? Kind of 70s vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we get to the middle of this where it gets more complex, I think these colors are really gonna show off something cool. Especially since I think the pattern itself, it kind of has a 70s vibe to it. It's just something, you know.
Hell is Uzbekistan.
Oh, if you guys haven't done it yet, hit the like on this stream just so that way YouTube picks it up as being, you know, people are liking this. It's those little things like that can actually go a long way to helping the channel improve. Like we're up to, I forget where it is, over 1,300 watched hours. We're still trying to hit that 4,000 mark. So little things like hitting the likes, leaving comments can go a long way to helping the channel to grow.
Was that monthly? Those watch hours?
That's annually. You need 4,000 in 1 year, and I think right now we were hovering right at 1,300. I think we're at like 1,330 or 340, somewhere out in that range. So yeah, we're going up. It's slowly climbing, but we're still a long ways away from the actual goal. It's like my Newt came along and suddenly I have nothing to say. We are so talkative before. I don't know what happened. It's not your fault, my Newt. It's not your fault. Well, I can remind everybody that we still have the secret word game going on. And yeah, we have to do this to make sure that my Newt knows that we have, in fact, shown her cool work there. So all you gotta do is chat. If you happen to say the secret word in the chat, you get to win 2 bracelets. one made by me and one by Minute Craft. So, yeah, trying to incentivize the chat thing here.
Shit, I was just going over some analytics.
Killjoy? Killjoy, there you go. See, even I'm starting to spot typos now.
It's such a Singaporean typo.
It was. I was yeah. I was gonna say it sounded very Asian. I'm not gonna lie. It's a Killjoy. So yeah, yesterday I spent the day out and did a bunch of hiking around, and then get to one side of the down in the city area, and then realize, oh, I want to see something else, and I ended up going all the way across the whatever. So I ended up putting in something like 18,000 steps, which I mean, that wasn't exactly my target, but getting in a lot of steps was. So yeah, I felt kind of good about the achievement.
Oh yeah, and you brought home something. My new pet.
Yeah, went crossed the whole CBD area. Went down and saw there was a fish and plant type expo thing going on, and yeah, I got Mandy a turtle that when you pull its tail, out comes a measuring tape. So yeah, and then you push a little button on his belly to make the tape go back in, which I thought was really cute. And she had made a big deal about the fact that there were supposed to be turtles at this event, so I had like, oh, I'll bring her home a turtle.
It needs a name.
Yeah, we need a name for the turtle.
Any ideas, anybody?
Raphael.
Raphael. Nice.
That's not bad, given that he's red.
Yeah, no,
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
Next would have been Michelangelo because it's also kind of orange.
Right. Yes, it was pretty crazy yesterday. There was so many families and children underfoot, and families with children don't tend to like watch where they're going, so they like act like it's your fault when you're like, stopping in the middle of the thing to, like making them choose how to walk around you. Act like it's my fault. Like, please.
Yeah, knock him over.
Yeah, right.
When you do it, just say America.
Yeah. Actually, over here, you just go, ayo. It pretty much sums up exactly the feeling that you have towards their not paying attention. So look at that. We've already gone through 5 rows. This is, like I said, this is so much faster. City zombies, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I was in the whole Suntec areas, from Suntec to Funan. Hard to get out a good loud tisk though. An IO, you can play out a good IO. Let them know that that you find them to be a disappointment.
It's so funny coming from a white guy.
Yeah.
Would that make that Segoy?
I was just thinking other versions that you know, Grandfather Road also in here, La. But yeah, so yeah, next week, the plan is I'm doing the hike with a friend, which I know for a fact he has completed marathons, but apparently like the latter half of the whole marathon he has to walk it because he can't keep up the running or whatever. So I have no idea like how strong his walking game is. I know that I can walk about 24 kilometers before my legs are pretty much all jelly and stuff, but we'll see. The other day, Mandy's uncle came over to the house and was here to visit Dad and stuff. And before leaving, oh, what's in the boxes over here? And I'm like, motherfucker, who goes into somebody else's house, sees boxes from Red Mart, and then just starts quizzing like, oh, what have you got? You know, what's in the box? Capo. And he went, what? I said, Capo. And he just kind of had this look like, oh, how dare you, motherfucker. Okay, so for Phil, who doesn't know, and Rainbow, who doesn't know what capo is, it's is that Hokkien or just Chinese, honey? But it's nosy. It means that you're being nosy, and not exactly used in the most correct context kind of way. But I kind of let him know that his question was not exactly welcomed. And I think my wife is too busy watching tennis to answer the questions.
I have too many streams going on to know which one's talking to me.
Capo is Hokkien or Chinese?
Hokkien.
Hokkien.
Well, Hokkien is Chinese.
Hokkien is Chinese, but it's a dialect. Nosy Parker, exactly. So yeah, I called him out on it. He's one of these old guys who seems to think that, you know, being old is cute, gives you the rights to do all this kind of, you know, being nosy or whatever. And I'm of the thought that, you know, you're old, I'm kind of getting there. That doesn't, you know, your age doesn't out trump whatever. So yeah.
Hey, Boondock said it best. Just because you lived a long life don't mean it can't come to a short end.
Right.
Nice.
Well, that ties into what I used to tell people when I was young. I used to say, don't let one brave moment spoil the rest of your life.
For real. National Egg Day.
Yeah,
Now you're just screwing with me.
that was Mandy told me that exact line was used in the movie The Ten Rings, but it didn't translate it when they did it to English. That's not how it translated out on the screen. Something about like I'm your elder or something, but the literal translation from the guy was exactly that phrase. I've eaten more salt than you've eaten rice. Was it called the 10 Rings? Something like that? Something Rings.
The Shang-Chi one? The
Yeah,
Marvel?
the Marvel one, yeah. Where he said that I've eaten more salt than you've eaten rice.
The Legend of the Ten Rings.
The Legend of the 10 Rings. Right.
You're welcome, Izzy.
And for me, I don't do that much rice anyways, so, you know. Yeah. Isabel made it. Hello. There's one of those people I was asking earlier, like, where'd they go? Alright, now I need the pattern again, because now it starts getting to where I have to see. Alright, this is easy. So it's still a bit of chevron, but it goes and comes back before it gets that very last string. Karaoke sounds fun. I'm not a person that would go do that myself, mostly because I can't sing. Something about having a deep voice, and most songs are not made for people with a deep voice.
Yeah, you just got to believe in yourself
Mm-hmm.
and have a lots of alcohol.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I get, you know, liquored up enough, then I believe I can, and then, yeah, people look at me funny. Oh, I say funny, but it's not really funny. That's fun. Was it like a karaoke where you're like in front of like lots of people? Because here in Singapore, like the trend is you and your friends get like a room where you do the karaoke and nobody else can really hear you. That's really big over here. Like I swear to God, there's probably as many karaoke places as there is bars. Well, they do serve alcohol at the karaoke places, so it's kind of like a bar as well.
Shoot, it would be bigger here if they did it privately.
Yeah, I would think so, right? Like if you just get a group of, you and a dozen friends all have a room.
Yeah, because it people would be more comfortable like they're at home.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of that over here. It's amazing. Had a place that Mandy and I were working at that they thought that was like the bonus thing, we're going to take the company out and we're going to do all these fun things including karaoke. I'm like, save your money, just give me the money and let me go do my own damn thing, because the last thing I want to do is sit in a room with you guys singing, especially half the songs are in Chinese and stuff. Like, no, this is not fun. Yeah, in a bar, that takes bravery.
Well, that's why they serve alcohol. Get you some liquid courage.
Yep. Yep.
Now, depending on your choice of liquid courage, get a little Uncle Jack, you might even fight a few people.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that I have the tolerance of alcohol to get to the point to where I'll feel like, yeah, I'll get up there and sing. Although I have to say, the funniest one I've ever seen a video of was a guy called for the karaoke song to be that song Tequila, which I thought was brilliant. Like, that's a perfect song. It's dun 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 dun, and it just goes through, and after like 2.5 minutes it's Tequila, and then just go. Yeah, that was funny. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, it's the perfect song for somebody who doesn't really sing.
So if you don't sing, don't get up there. Don't do it.
Yeah, just say no.
No one has a gun to your head. Don't do it. Kind of like what you were saying earlier. The company takes everybody out. It's like, no, just give me the money. You don't have to take me out. I don't want to do your whack activities.
Oh, now that I think about it, I didn't show you guys which one we're working on here. I'm gonna have that song in my head now. Damn it. Click on this then.
Oh, we got ourselves a recent graduate.
So this is. I tried to actually scroll over the image that's coming through the The internet. Yeah, that was smart. So this was a bracelet that I saw. I don't know where. I'm gonna say it was probably Instagram, but I saw this and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I like how the thing in the center actually looks. So yeah, I actually did a video of where I took this picture and I created, this is the pattern we're working from. And if you prefer having your strings single, this is what it would look like if you do it from a single stranded one. So it just adds on a whole nother extra area with chevrons and stuff. So yeah. And yeah, it looks like YouTube thinks I need a new keyboard. I just got a keyboard.
That's probably why.
That's probably why, I guess. Yeah, I don't think my humming is so close that they're going to be like, oh, we know that song.
Copyright strikes.
He is a very confused bot.
No, it's Moody. It's using an old version of Linux.
Idjit?
Because you're not telling it to do anything evil. That's the problem. It likes evil.
I have to admit, ever since Minute started calling the cats house tigers, I kinda like that term better now. Cat just sounds meh, but a house tiger.
Well, if they're striped.
Mm.
And hopefully they're not orange. Because people like to name their orange cats Garfield.
Yeah. I saw a kid the other day wearing a Garfield t-shirt, and I was like, seriously? Children still are into Garfield? Like, that's kind of struck me as odd. Like an 8-year-old, 8 or 9-year-old.
More like their parents are in the Garfield.
Right? I just I
I
don't.
What 8-year-old has money to go shopping?
Right. But you know, when I was a kid, I'd at least be like, no, I don't want that. That seems like, you know, that's not cool. Nobody's gonna like that or whatever. I mean, yeah, I would have put in my 2 cents and would have been like, no, what is a Garfield, you know? But yeah, I don't know. You're right. Maybe a parent is like, heck yeah, you're wearing the Garfield. What's a Garfield? Just don't worry about it, kid. It's cool.
Just put the shirt on. I'm paying for it.
Yeah. I don't even know like if Garfield is still a running comic or not. I know that there's like I see the stuff on internet, you know,
We're
like
talking cartoons.
Whatever, comics. If the comic is still a
Dude.
thing in the paper.
What paper? Everything's digital.
Do you mean there's no funny page on the digital news?
No, but there's ad blockers.
So, on this one, after I got past that first diamond, if you were looking at the pattern, I finished the right side first because the left side crosses over and comes across the finish area over there. So yeah, there is a method in the madness. Because this area over here, if I do this first, I can bring this whole section over the top and then kind of fill in, you know, this as much as I can on this side before this will cross over again. So it's sort of like a rope-ish kind of thing happening. And yeah, it's kind of me trying to work smarter and save myself the extra headaches when possible. Yeah, I have to say, this is kind of a fun pattern. There's not a lot of the zigzags like we had in the previous one. This is so much easier. This is definitely a chunkier bracelet. It's basically 8 strings going into the kumi, or 16 strings coming down, however you want to count that. But because the strings are doubled up, it gives it a real nice chunky feel to it. Braining is overrated. That seems like a crochet pattern right there. Like you could sell that.
The crochet pattern.
There, not crochet, sorry. Cross stitch, whatever. The things that she makes, La. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on knots, and I just went with one of the other string arts.
Stop trying to make him smooth brain.
Yeesh. Stabby art, yes.
You trying to make him wrinkle brain when he's smooth braining right now.
I'm like flying along too. This is, considering we only got kind of halfway on the other bracelet and it took us like an hour, we're not even 45 minutes and we're coming up on the halfway point of this one already, and this one has more knots. "44 strings, nice." Yeah, my new, you're definitely welcome to come join the after party, where I'll even show you a couple bracelets I've been working on.
The after party is BYOB.
Yes.
Not BYOP.
Or BC. Bring your own brain cell.
I was thinking pizza, but okay.
Yeah. Nice. So perhaps you do your best work while I'm actually doing my work? That's cool. Ooh. I would definitely be very smooth brain with only 4 hours of sleep. I would be, I can't even imagine what I'd be.
Yeah, see, Rambo, you just gotta have AWOL on in the background.
That's it.
And you stop frogging.
There you go. I am the solution. Put put the videos on autoplay. Put in one of the playlists, like, I don't know, intermediate bracelets. That's a good one.
Why do you say only 4 hours? That's a good night right there. I think that's what I'm running on right now.
Yeah, if I tried to do anything on 4 hours, I would need a lot of caffeine. I'm not even sure my medication would help me at that point. I was wondering why I was hearing that noise. There we go. Wow. Your microphone is fancy. It actually, the whole body of it and stuff looks like my mic, but the fanciness part I don't have. Mine is just black with a spongy pop filter. So is the ladybug, is that a tattoo? Looks like a tattoo.
Yeah, she said earlier that she got a tattoo for a dragon.
Oh, right on. That's cool.
Now that is one fancy looking mic.
Yeah, isn't it?
Sure, at SM58. I never seen one wrapped like this with this design on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a Shure, right? That's what mine is.
Yeah, it is a Shure. Good mic though.
No,
Good
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
I'm getting work flashbacks now, but good mic. I was hoping that ladybug be bigger.
Well, I'm glad to hear that that was your reason for the ladybug, as opposed to something like, you know, a strong dislike of aphids or something. So. Yeah, people who do mic drops never actually bought a mic. I'm sure of it.
Oh, a quick way to solve that problem is anybody who does a mic drop, you go over and drop them.
Right.
They won't drop your mic after that.
Yeah. I kind of. Now you guys got me remembering when I went and bought my mic, and me trying to figure out like which kind I was gonna go with and stuff, and like, so what will you be using it for? Um, yeah, kind of, hard to, not hard, but kind of didn't want to go into the whole live stream bracelet making. I make videos. I want voice clarity.
Anybody asks you what you're doing, you just tell them you make porn. That'll shut them up.
Yeah, I've had this mic long enough that I don't even remember what the old mic was. I just remember that the old mic was nowhere near as good as this.
Oh yeah, I need to stop my Discord sounds.
So yeah, we're past the halfway. So the nice part about a pattern like this is I looked up, I saw that this blue goes to the very edge and bounces back. That means I don't even have to look at the pattern until like after that. Like, I mean, all these knots, it's just a straight path. And I know that the yellow is gonna stop one before it hits the blue, and so on and so on. So yeah, this is a much easier pattern. See, to the end and then to the back. So yeah, totally cool. then we can check that out. That looks so good. So you guys got all quiet. It's not my fault. I feed off of your guys' conversation.
It looks like everybody's brain cells ran away.
I know, right?
One of them's a bit woozy.
A woozy brain cell.
Mom used to say that when kids got quiet, they're usually up to something naughty.
Oh yeah, no, that's a legitimate thing. Like if you're like everything went stop. Oh nope, I gotta get up. Damn it! If they could be screaming bloody murder. Like yeah, well, or they're just fighting. They get quiet. You gotta go check.
See, I keep telling you, it's all about evil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and to squeeze in our obligatory food conversation, I got the Pop-Tarts out the way pre-stream.
I got pizza waiting on me. When the after party starts, I got pizza.
I also well shoot, since I was streaming Watch Dogs, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Just sit it on top of the computer. By the time I get done with the stream, perfectly toasted.
Nice.
And the weird part is, the longer I run Watch Dogs, the longer I leave the Pop Tarts on there, they toast even better. Like they don't burn. It's just a beautiful slow toast.
Nice. Yeah, the funny thing is last time you were talking about the Pop-Tarts, and honestly, I felt like, one of these days I was just going to go out and just get me a box because it's been so long. For some odd reason, I forget about it during the week. And I have still not had Pop-Tarts.
It's probably a good thing.
Possibly. I mean, considering I'm trying to lose weight, I don't see there's a way of working in Pop-Tarts where I don't have to actually skip a whole meal.
Shoot, I said in America that is a meal.
Right.
It's a quick one if you just don't have time to eat real food. cram this in your toaster and shove that in your face as you're running out the door. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Did that video go live? Did 12.
I can't believe how quickly this is coming along. There's a surprisingly a lot more knots when you go from 12 strands to 16. It really does make for a lot more, but this is just going together smooth. I suppose a lot of that is the not having to look at the pattern nearly as much. So this is leading into the last diamond. It's the match of this up here. And this comes back. All right. Now, no, she's busy watching tennis.
That would explain it.
That would be it.
Wish I had a way to show you what my screen looks like.
There is. You can just do a print screen. That'll give you the whole thing. And then dump that into either Discord or WhatsApp.
I guess that works. Oh no, I know why it doesn't really work, because the sports stream doesn't show up on screenshots.
So then you go into GIMP and you draw tennis players, you know, with your mouse, and
That's very lame.
use your
No, just
phone?
do the
Oh, you
stick
can't.
figures like the kids do.
Yeah, my phone is busy transmitting my image.
Yes, I was gonna say you could take a photo shot with your phone, but I realized that's not. No. Well, can't you use the other phone, the one that's keeping an eye on Dad?
And send it with what?
Uh,
I pretty much cleaned it out.
right.
No WhatsApp on it.
It doesn't have a SIM card, so it kind of lacks a lot of the.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't need a SIM.
No, but I got rid of a lot of the apps on it because to keep it as simple as possible.
Can you USB it to the computer and then send it through that way?
You can do that.
Seems like a lot of work, but okay.
So look at you, wrinkle braining.
I know, man.
So you're watching the stream twice.
I'm sorry, guys. Getting excited about the fact that this pattern is almost through the hardest part. Then it's just 8 chevrons. Loving it. So yeah, this was one of my patterns from a photo. I think somewhere I have a huge stash of images for that sort of stuff. So if people want to see or have photos that they're curious about, yeah, you can send them my way. Actually, that's part of like the biggest part of my making videos now is looking for cool patterns that I actually want to play with. There's a lot of patterns I don't understand. There's a lot of patterns which, if it was a sentence, it would be gibberish. It's just, there's no anything to it that actually makes sense as to why the person made the pattern. It's just like colors going off in different directions. There's no rhyme, no reason. I don't understand these kind of things, so I've been skipping all of those and trying to find ones that had interesting segments to it, and then, you know, either do it myself or mash it up with another pattern. So you might notice I've clipped it, I shifted it up under the clip more. That's just so that way it just kind of, the knots come out a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. a little more steady.
Sent it to the insiders chat.
Okie doke.
Yeah, there's a couple of them in there.
Yeah, the latest one. The one before that's a screenshot, but you can't see the.
Right. Very high tech.
And the turtle right there to keep her company.
Yep. Yeah, what I liked about that was it just seemed like the kind of thing where you could leave it on your desk and it just looks kind of neat and, you know, decorative or whatever. But then you pull the little end and it's a measuring tape. Like, that's awesome. You know, if you ever buying something online, you know, and they're like, you want to double check the dimensions or whatever, you need a ruler. Here's one that's just like right there, like anytime you need it. Zip. I wish I knew that you were into something like that. I'd have picked up two while I was there.
Did it come in different colors?
It did. I picked the one that was the closest to the orange. Hang on, do a little research here. Dish one. Following. Sort by latest. What?
Ew.
So for some reason, there it is. I found who is selling them. I see a bunch of their other stuff. I don't see the turtles. Why do I not see the turtles? All right, Rainbow, I have sent you a link to where I got the turtle from. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm kind of late to the looking up at the chat. Good night, Minute Craft, if you're still there. I'm sorry. I didn't see you saying nights. So now it's just chevrons to the end. The only thing about chevrons is you don't get to like just work one side really. It's you keep going back and forth a lot, which sort of isn't as fun, but whatever. You have got to get the frog. Why didn't Mandy get the? Because then you'd see how much money I spent on it, and then either you're going to be very happy or very mad. I didn't see the frogs though. That's funny. See, Mandy had said something about the turtles, like there's fish there, and there's plants, and whatever, and turtles. And for some odd reason, that and they have turtles just seemed like, well. And these are the only turtles I saw. So yeah. I was wondering what the notification I just got was. That makes sense now. Yeah, the only reason I actually even have the Instagram of that turtle thing was they said that if I joined their Instagram, I'd get something free, and I'm like, well, I just got a turtle. Sure, what else are you gonna give me? And they gave me a bag of Snoopy popcorn. I don't know why Snoopy is a brand of popcorn, and it's like the little tiny bags of like potato chip sized thing. So yeah, just a little bit weird, but like sure, okay, I'll take the popcorn. But there were some amazing fish tanks and stuff at this expo. Definitely makes me think that I could come up with something pretty amazing if I put my mind to it. Oh, you get a link to it now too? Mandy? Did Rainbow send you a link?
She did not,
How did you know there were ladybugs too?
because I'm Google Go.
Are you finding it from the same place your turtle came from, or are you finding it from somewhere else?
Same place.
How did you do that?
She told you. Google.
I know, I just don't understand because I can't get the bitch to turn on the lights half the time. Yeah, they did have a lot of cool stuff. I have to admit, they had a lot of cool stuff. Oh, and you guys are kind of lucky that I'm actually here this weekend. While I was out yesterday, I discovered that there is a craft. What do you call that, honey? It is like a bunch of
Fair.
fair, yeah. Like people having tables set up with whatever it is they make, and whole bunch of them all in this one little area of the mall. And if I had found out about this sooner, I would have definitely have thrown my hat in the ring and been there, because I like that mall anyways. And yeah, it would have been good times. So yeah, probably next year around this time I'll be doing that.
Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to close that.
So the last 4 rows. So what would you call this color? What is this? Is that teal?
Shoot, depends on the screen.
Right.
Cause I'm looking on Discord, it's like a light teal, but I'm looking on YouTube, it's green. Almost
Yeah,
lime.
it sounds to me like Discord's probably the closer in color, because it's kind of, it's almost that Tiffany blue, but not quite.
Yeah, the Tiffany blue is a little more blue. This is more
Right.
green, so
Yeah,
we'll
this
go ahead
is
and call it teal.
right. Yeah, there's definitely a kind of a retro vibe going to this bracelet. I love it. And this is another
Slightly
bracelet that...
retro. It's slightly Native American.
Mm, right. Whatever it is, it will be available come tomorrow on my shop. So...
As always, link in the chat.
yeah, there's the link. So now that I have this new camera, it seems to me like all the little flaws and marks on my board here are really showing up. So I plan to clean that up before next week, because for whatever reason it just bothers me.
So I'm
I'm not sure.
anything on the board.
Not sure you guys are noticing it so much, but I am.
Yeah, you're getting raw footage.
Right. Yeah. What does YouTube do? A lot of condensing or anything? How does that?
That's it. It does a little processing to the image, and just you're sending packets over the internet. It's gonna degrade a little.
Right.
Because right now, like on YouTube, it is mint. I don't see any issues with that board.
Nice. Well, yeah. Before the whole reason I needed to get a new camera was whenever my hands came into the frame, it would shift the focus. So the focus was constantly in a state of bouncing, which was, you know, if you're really sensitive to that kind of stuff, it can make you feel kind of sick. The focus stays where the focus is supposed to be, and I can just go about doing things, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. And it seems to me like it's crisper, like you can see all the knots and stuff really cleanly.
That's it. Even on Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting worried that I was going to end up having to buy like a new Sony camera or something really high end in order to, you know, get the right kind of lenses and that sort of thing. But nope, got this little guy and I'm loving it.
No, you just got to be an informed shopper.
Yeah. Yeah, we were testing it out yesterday with Rainbow, and yeah, we went over to Discord, and they were like, "Wait a second, it looks good on Discord." Like, how is that even possible? Like, that's not been a thing before.
As long as your stream quality stays up, it's solid.
Yeah.
Because it will go pixelated when the data packets drop.
Right.
What's the make and model on that bad boy?
Good question.
Let's see. Yeah, drop it in a chat or something. You can look that up later. That way, we'll get ready to upgrade from a webcam and have a decent camera.
Yeah, this one's not bad. This is, yeah, I'll tell you all about it, prices and everything in the after party here. Which will be coming up very soon, as this is the last knot of that bracelet. I still have to braid off the ends. But there she is. That is very, very cool.
Yep, you really enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
You powered through it.
Yeah, I did. I seriously just cranked it out. I mean, we're already at 12:36 here in the morning, and yeah, I was not stopping for anything. So yeah, thanks for everybody for hanging out. This has been a fun one. I will be back again next week. I've got some more bracelets tutorials to make, and I'll pick a couple to work on with you guys for next week. Be sure to go over to akaawol.com. Yeah, we have a hit. If you want to join the Patreon hangout tomorrow, you need to get signed up to Patreon pretty soon, because yeah, that's only a day away. But go check out my website. There's lots of new tutorials. The shop is now absolutely more bracelets in there than there has been in quite a while. A lot of good stuff going on over there. And let's see. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. So yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.